So I can't remember where we quite left last night, but we were going to anchor in Ludlow Cove. We got to Ludlow Cove and it was busy, so we went into, I think this is called Worbarrow Bay. There's two ends to this. It's a really good bay. You can't always get in here because this is where they actually do the firing from. But as you can see, there's some yachts here. So if the wind is blowing in that direction, that's a good place. Now, last night, really, that would have been a better place, but we went down there and there was a bit of swell coming in. So we actually came to this end and we were heading into the swell. Not great, really, because we're actually, you know, we could have been blown onto the shore. So we set our anchor alarm and everything. We were actually pointing this way last night. So we knew the wind was going to spin round, so that's why we got up sort of a bit early, and it has now spun round. So as you can see, we are quite close in here, but we made sure that we anchored way out over there and put plenty of scope out so that we could sort of deal with that change of direction. But we've got to get going pretty snappish because we believe they'll be doing some firing again today. And with the cat that's here, he's just left. So we're gonna go out and we're gonna. I think we're going to have to head quite far out and then do the turn like we did the other day. So that's the plan. We're just having a quick drink, getting ourselves ready, and then we'll be off. I think this one's called Hamble Point, which we just passed now, but you can see the water's all swirling all around us. I think we're doing 9 knots. So we're not fighting the current today, we're actually going with it after yesterday. Yeah, we're doing 9.6 knots at the moment. All very, very swirly. But you can see the flags are off on the end there, and the patrol boats are all out now as the range has just started, so we just made it around there in time. So we're making our way home today from Studland Bay, just over here, and Pool on this side, and we're going to head back towards the marina. There's you can see the weather's completely changed from what it was like yesterday, and tomorrow it looks like it's going to be very, very windy. It was quite windy overnight in the little anchorage there, but it's safe. It's a brilliant spot, that is. It's really nice. So everybody's just relaxing on the way back. Oh, sorry. Fishing boats. Yeah. There's a couple of people sailing with us today. There's quite a few people actually making their way back. We're just waiting for the wind to come round on our side. It's going to be coming from this direction, but at the moment it's kind of behind us a little bit, and it is dropping, but it's due to pick up shortly. So we just changed course ever so slightly, and we're following everybody else in, kind of all come out to the outer part of the Needles Channel this time, rather than using the North Channel. Actually come right out, and then are starting to make turns inwards. So we're doing exactly the same. We're moving now. We're doing about 6.87 knots. And we've got a bit of current with us, so that's helping. But everyone's absolutely flying in. There's a bit of a weather front over here. We're trying to make it in before that gets us. There's a couple of boats behind us. Dragging the dinghy today, unfortunately. We should have really put that on the back. But we're doing okay. Okay, well these two just shot inside as soon as it started to rain, just left me to it. So here I am. Anyway, we just had a sort of a bit of a squall then and a bit of a rain shower come through. So as predicted, the wind has now changed direction. So I'm just going to sort the front sail out, but instead of going to the end as I was planning to, everybody's just turned and is doing exactly the same. So we're going to just go in this way now and just try and pick up the north channel, because I don't think we need to go any further that way. We've got decent wind now pretty much behind us, so once that front sail's dealt with in a second, we'll follow these guys in and then we'll just make a little bit of a turn. There's Hurst Point there. So it's gone a little bit nasty, but the wind picked right up then. We were doing nearly 8.5 knots. Right, I better go sort. Well, that's a pretty good shortcut. I want to do that every day, but maybe not the best day to do it either. We basically just cut the corner off. We saw everybody else going in the same direction, so we thought, okay, we'll follow them. And I'll show you later on the chart, but there's actually a line right through inside the North Channel, in between the North Channel and I suppose the very edge of the shelf there, or the rocks. So we decided to take that, and we've got a couple of meters of well, we've got about a metre of tide. So whatever we see on the chart, it's at least a metre above now. But it's deep enough for us anyway. It's like, I think the lowest was about 4 metres. So we're in at least 5 metres of water, which is all right. So that's basically what we did. There's just a lot of boats here now, because everybody's got the same idea of getting home before the weather turns. As you can see, I'm slightly wet on side. So we're going to get some more sail out now, and we're going to get cracking, and we're going to get ourselves home.
Just in case anybody's wondering what happens to the tween when it starts getting a bit rough outside. She comes in, she plays games on her iPad. Catherine's really lucky, she doesn't really feel very sick unless she's hungry. So as long as she keeps eating, she can stay down here pretty much as long as she wants. And often is asleep down here, so she goes into our room in the front. She sleeps in there. You can see we've got a few cushions on the floor. I'll show you this side. Here.
The wind is actually dropping.
The wind is just dropping. The cloud is clearing a little bit. Loads of boats around, which is quite typical. It is really busy. It doesn't matter whether it's rain, sun, gales, storms. The Solent is always a busy place. But beautiful. That's why it's so busy. See a good view of the lighthouse. Loads of boats just tucked in there at the back of Hurst Castle as well. Good. I'm not quite sure what this is on the end here.
No, I don't know what it is.
This building, to be honest. think like lots of people, we watch loads of YouTubers travelling the world in all these beautiful conditions.
Come to England.
And then you get us.
Come to the Solent, where it's lovely.
Sailing Brothers, Salty Lass, a couple of others who sail in real conditions.
Fair Isle.
Fair Isle, yeah, to be fair.
They have some good weather.
Yeah, some good blogs that we watch.
Salty Lass, I think, takes the brunt of it, to be fair.
Yeah. We do like those ladies.
Up in Ireland and Scotland.
But yeah, Sailing Brothers is another good blog as well.
Like
Two brothers, they're up in Scotland last time we checked, not sure where they are now, we missed a couple of weeks, but it's quite good.
They're up the top, I think. Well, I think they might be right the way round, but the videos are still up at the top.
That lighthouse is flashing away as well.
Got 7 knots of wind now, what's going on? That's the thing, when that rain's gone, just in front of that rain it's windy, and then the rain comes and then the wind's gone. And that's it. You're just left with the rest of the rain and no wind. Still doing 7.5 knots, but I think most of that's tide.
One of the things to definitely watch out for around here is the tide. On one of our other videos you'll see us trying to get round Portland Vale. We just got the time slightly wrong and we were stuck sort of 2 knots the whole way around. And it's the same through here as well. You try and punch against this tide on the way out, or on the way in for that matter, and you're going to be...
Maybe for a long time.
Yeah. What do you reckon, sort of 3-4 knots of tide?
Well, at the moment, yeah, with these spring... I didn't think we'd have that much tide around Portland Vale, if I'm completely honest. I thought that how far out we were, I thought we were well clear of it, but completely wrong. Spring tide, Portland Vale, not a chance. Forget it. Even if you're a couple of miles off, it is just so strong still.
Yeah, we must have been 6-7 mile offshore.
Oh yeah, it
Easy.
tells you in the pilotage book that, you know, the race and that's all. Well, it looks to be quite far in, but it isn't. Even way out, there was still 3 knots of tide at least, and we just basically sat there. I mean, we were going forwards. We were going forwards about 2 knots, which is not too bad. And sometimes you've got to just accept it because we wanted to get a bit further off. That's what you're going to have to do, but it wasn't fun. We should have probably anchored off Portland Vale and then just waited and then gone round, but we'd have been even later then, because we'd have had to wait maybe 3-4 hours before we could have gone off. But
You're getting wet out there.
yeah, that's sailing, isn't it? You know, it's like today. You don't always get the lovely sunny weather and, you know, t-shirts. I am in shorts, but t-shirts and hot weather. Sometimes you get this. It is what it is.
Our spray hood is bedded in now as well. Nice. It's nice and dry. It did leak for the first probably a good sort of 10 days or so. We had some drips and then suddenly it just stops, but it's looking great. And that is where I am, nicely tucked in. These guys just wrestling with their front sail, which is very similar to us. So we were wrestling with our front sail. For some reason we had the spinnaker line attached to the front, to the very bow of the boat. And what happened was it wrapped itself around the top of the front sheet, so we basically couldn't pull it in. So Matt's had to go up there. We've now brought it back to the mast, which is probably where it should live, to be fair. We are having a few problems with our furling at the front as well. The drum keeps snarling up, so we're going to replace the rope because the rope seems to have a kink in it, and that seems to then be getting very stuck. We have a boat.
I can't see the instruments, which is just soaked. It's that fine rain that soaks you through.
He's enjoying himself. Look at his little face.
Everything is very, very slick here.
It could be worse. It could be worse. I don't quite know if you can see this. I'll try and show you what these guys are trying to fish in a little dinghy, little rib. Not sure if you can quite see that, you'll see them in a minute. I'll try again. The other thing as well is it's really quite foggy. If we just pop our head up above here, there's a little mist about. It's not fantastic.